You alright? How are you doing again? There we go. Hope you're doing well today. Thought we could have dinner together. Oh, right. Hope your week's been alright. It's week 46, right? And I want to talk about one concept that I think is a very helpful one. I was on call with my girlfriend just a couple of minutes ago, and we were talking through how I felt like I've been reflecting, and especially some of my friends, they've been able to be very critical, but in a very helpful way for me. And I think with my job as a barista, I'm just treading water. Most of the time I get home and I'm a bit too tired to figure out what to do. Now that granted, that might still be the case at another job, but I think it would be good if I maybe got myself into, like, I actually went and tried to apply to some jobs that I'm actually interested in. I might potentially do a master's, see if I can become then as one who teaches at university. Because I do like becoming a lecturer. I might become a primary school teacher. I might become some kind of, I guess, YouTuber or something. But recently I haven't necessarily been making myself a priority. And I've realised this so many times when I've over-decided things and I haven't given myself enough time to focus on what the important things are. For instance, I haven't even started on any of the chapters or any of the scripts for any of my videos that I've been wanting to do for ages. I've been on my job for about 2 months and I haven't made anything proper. And I want to publish at least one video a month, and at least one video a week on the second channel. And I won't show you it, but my dad's house is a mess, and so is my mum's. I mean, to be honest, actually, maybe I can. But for instance, like, look here. You see all that stuff? All of that stuff has been there for literally years, because we've essentially collectively gone, oh yeah, no, that's like, that's something that doesn't matter right now. We've got other things that are more important to do, and like that can just stay there. And it just builds up, and it just looks a bit messy, and it looks horrible. This house gets very untidy very quickly, and it's because when we put stuff away, we don't put it away, we just put it on stuff. It doesn't go away anywhere, it just gets put in a place, and then within like days it's just taken off it again, and then we don't put the extra little bit of effort that is needed to put it back in its place, if you can even call the place where it was a place. Like, for instance, like, look at this, like, there's this. Actually, we'll go a bit closer up. And this is just a collection of a whole load of crap. And it's just been there for years. I mean, there are keys, obviously, they're important and everything. And there's a pen pot, and then there's the scissors, but there's coriander seeds that could be used and could be planted. There's a box, there's like a little penguin thing. Why is that there? There's a sharpener that no one's used for like God knows how long. There's a Pritt stick, there's a tape measure. They're all important, but they're not put away, they're just put on something. And it's why this house becomes so cluttered, because nothing's put away. So it's been quite... Well, the consequence of living in a house where everything's cluttered is that you see things and you see that there's a lollipop on the table, and you say internally, oh well, you know, I don't, like, I deserve to live in a house essentially that like is this way. You think to yourself, oh, there's too much to do, and even if I was just to take this one thing and try and find the right place for it, I've got so many other things I need to do, I just don't have the time to deal with it. I deserve to live in a house that is this messy. And you just lose respect for yourself. You don't realise what you're actually doing. You're putting up with crap, and you're just showing yourself, no, it's okay. I'm not going to put that a little bit of extra effort. Even that, like 10 seconds to find a place to put this. And it's fair, because 10 seconds to find a place to put this in will mean that I put it in the drawer that's down there, and then I'll realise that drawer is messy, and then I'll go, well, fuck, like, that's another thing that needs to be sorted out then. And so in a certain way, it's a way of just forgetting all the responsibilities we have towards things. But that's no way to live your life. Well, it's no way that I want to live my life. So what it points to is that at a deeper level, the reason why they aren't put away is because I'm saying, oh no, I don't have the time. I run through so many things and I'm rushing through everything, and I don't get anything done in a day. And it's because I just haven't simply stripped back everything and said, right, okay, here are the bare essentials that need to be done in a day, and anything else beyond that doesn't matter. And if I did do that, I'd have more time to do this, or I'd dedicate a certain amount of time, and it would be towards something like this. One of the things I was saying to my girlfriend was, well, what if we have 5 categories? We have like fitness, we dedicate time towards our fitness, we dedicate time towards our finance, aka our jobs, and the jobs we want to do after the current jobs we're doing. Our food, we want to dedicate some time to thinking about the type of food we're eating. And also we want to dedicate some time to thinking about, being social, being friendly, like maybe sitting down, spending some time with a family member, maybe sitting down, spending some time with ourselves, just doing things that we enjoy by ourselves, that are in our activities. But I was saying maybe we could add a 5th category, which is just tidying. Maybe, this is only one idea that I've just came up with, but what if we had these 5 different categories of things, and we set one of those things to do every day? Just one. Just to focus on one thing. And I don't know, just go down. That's just a little idea. I don't know the validity of it, I don't know, but it's an example about something that could be done. My girlfriend was saying about how she was feeling down about how she wasn't prioritizing things like her own health and her own fitness, how she wants to go to the gym, but she doesn't have the energy to. And if we grow this, if we follow it back, she doesn't have the energy because she doesn't get the sleep and the fuel for that, and she doesn't have the fuel because we haven't personally gone, right, okay, diet isn't a very important part of our lives. We've said that, but we haven't done anything about it. We haven't said, right, okay, in that case, we're gonna lay out that this is the day we're gonna go shopping and we're gonna get all the food, and we haven't sat there and gone, right, here's the list of all the foods that we want to get for that week, and this certain day we're gonna cook these ones, and then these other days we're gonna cook these ones. We're both, and I'll at least speak for myself, I'm very prone to going, Oh well, when that thing happens, then I'll do it. But right now, I can't really do it right now. For instance, the glass containers. I've wanted to use some glass containers to store our food in because I don't want to use plastic because of obviously like microplastics and stuff. And I don't have any money to buy any more, so I've got like 2, maybe even 3, and that's meant to like house all of the food that I cook. So I've been going, okay, well, once we have like 20 of them or something, then we'll have enough space to cook like, each of us be able to cook 2 meals, each of them like 4 servings or something like that. Well, that'll be 16 boxes. But yeah, you get what I mean. And I do this so often because I've been so used to it at childhood. I've been so used to not really being able to do what I want, so I've had to just rely on like going, okay, well, mum's in charge of this or dad's in charge of this, so I'll just sit and wait, and I'll probably just play on my DS or my Wii or something. And then once they tell me to do something, then I'll go and do it. And that 18 years, maybe even 20 years worth of living, it is ingrained in me. So of course I'm going to act the ways that I do. But it's just a matter of every single time I see that, noticing it and just correcting it. And it's a bit like what Hamza said about on his recent podcast that he did about like spiritual couples or something, where he said that he didn't get meditation because he thought the whole point was that you're meant to not have thoughts. But then he flipped it, and it was like, well, it's fantastic because when you have a thought, that's when you can do the practice of being able to move past the thought and be able to focus on those thoughts and meditate. And that's the thing, like one of the ways that you can look at your progress is through a very negative viewpoint, where it's like any point of any progression, if there's a setback, then you think, oh my god, like I've made all that effort and it's just returned back to 0. But that isn't really the way it is. It's like maybe you even have returned to 0, and so you were at 0 and then you've made some progress in this thing, and it's taken about 5 months to get to this point, and then there was a slip up, and then you come back to, maybe you even are back at 0. But next time you do it, you've already done it once, so it is just going to be that little bit easier, and it'll be that little bit faster. And then you're going to fail. It's okay. These things happen. And then you'll have done it twice before, so you'll just get a little bit better at it. It's just like anything. You just need the repetition, and then you just get good at these things. You just need the patience, and and with the patience comes the faith in yourself that you will be able to do better, and to have that belief in yourself, to give yourself that belief. And to be able to then just think in that way, and to think, yeah, no, like, okay, sure, it's failed, but it's always going to fail, but every single time I do this, and this is the great thing, the fact that I fail allows me to then repeat it and get better at that cycle, so that, thank God I have the problems now, and I don't just get it right once, and then live my whole life success, and then for it to some point in like 20 years time fail, and then I haven't had those years of just failing but resetting and getting better at it and getting quicker at it. Because if it really was that, you got to that point and then you failed for the first time, well, shit, like, you don't know how to restart again, really. And all of this actually reminds me of one of the good quotes from the Tao Te Ching that's like, failure or success, which one's more dangerous? And again, yeah, because it isn't really about either one. It's about, I don't know, maybe I was talking in platitudes there. But no, maybe I'm talking in platitudes when I say that it's neither one, but both of them occur under the name of progress and process. So yeah, I mean, that's my takeaway. Something that I think is worth listening to and remembering. I was also on call with one of my friends as well, and he pointed out how the way he had worded things in the past, I hadn't really understood what he meant, but I was able to work through it now, and I think I can understand where he's coming from. But he'd always told me that, like, I don't need to, like, sometimes people don't deserve my time. And he said, you should only really give people time if they deserve it, like your close friends and your family. And I personally don't really believe in that. I think that following from Christianity and following from like Buddhist teachings and like just in general like Taoist teachings as well, no one deserves any harm, no matter what. No one deserves anything. It isn't like there's a person that down the road that deserves my time, or like my family member that deserves my time, or a person down the road that doesn't deserve my time, or a family member that doesn't deserve my time. My point in life is, among other things, a point that I want to make for myself is to be able to see people around in my community and be able to acknowledge them for being human and to be able to help them out in my own kind of way. But what I hadn't really appreciated was that what my friend was saying wasn't necessarily that, like, I should discern who deserves and who doesn't deserve kindness or my attention, but I should just prioritize myself. And I mean that just kind of hit me now, because I was kind of in a depressive state. I was kind of sitting there going, like, I just don't feel motivated to do anything. I can't, it, just like with the example of tidying the kitchen, it feels like there's literally over 100 things I could do, and me doing one little thing isn't going to do much. So what's the point? Like, I've got other things that are far more important, and I'll come to this at some point and do it. But that just isn't the right way of thinking about it. In fact, I'll go and put I'll go and put both of these lollipops right now and there. That's the thing, it's just trying to put that little bit of effort in. It's just the 1%. It's not even the 1%, it's just the 0.1%. The fact that I put those 2 lollipops away is what, like, it lasted 10 seconds, and yeah, the house is still a mess, but it's done something. It's actually had an impact in some way, and it's improved my life in a tiny bit. I even feel a little bit good about that right now. So, I guess my takeaways are that failure is the opportunity to be able to just repeat the same thing again. But every single time you repeat something, you only get better at it, and you only get more efficient and quicker with it. And then before you know it, you're actually really good at being able to teach it, and you're also very good at being able to recover really quickly from things. And you are always going to fail. So it's much better you learn how to recover quicker now than if you learn how to recover, than if you have to learn how to recover quicker when you're all the way up there and you're really professional and you've got a lot of responsibilities. And the second thing is is to put in the effort into even just the 0.1%. Because 0.1% every single day for the next 3 years will get you 100% by the end of it. And then you'll be 100% better at something. But, you know, obviously that's like the base. You'll probably even be like 300%, if not maybe even like 400% or 500% better at that thing because of the compound effect. And the last thing was about priorities. I realised, that like my friend was teaching me that, I just don't prioritise myself. And I've for so long also seen that I've had it kind of conflicted in my head about prioritizing myself, or like I've almost conflated prioritizing myself with being what's the word, like it, like sort of like uncompassionate towards those who need my time. Apathetic towards those who need my time or want my time even. But I don't need to associate them with the same thing. And in fact, me prioritizing myself means that I just become a me that has more time and more energy to dedicate to others, and one who's far more organized, so then he can execute the things that others require of me better. So yeah, I mean, those are my 3 things that I've just been reflecting on. Again, these are the same things I've been saying all the time, but it's because I'm going through exactly the same process. I'm always going through these lulls and dips and then bits of motivation. And every single time I do it, you just remember it a bit better. It's like learning a language. You're going to fail at remembering what a word is, but you say it enough times, you're going to remember what it is. So, yeah. So the reason why I'm repeating it is because I'm failing at it. But through saying it again and again, I'll just get better. But anyway, I hope that's helpful. I hope that's interesting. Another thing is I started watching an episode of Ippo the Fighting again, and that was great to see. There was is it like Jason Omazu or something like that? He's I think I'm like episode like 17 or like no probably like episode 14 or something, and Ippo's just going against this like black American dude, and black American dude's like such a Chad, you know. He's like this really like fucking powerful guy, got so much strength, so much dedication and training to his stuff, and yet he looks like one of the kindest and like most respectable people and respecting of others, people that's out there. I just thought about how much of a Chad he is, and like how much motivation it gives me then to be like, because he's like, oh yeah, this is the person I want to become. That's exactly the type of person I want to be. So yeah, so I think me and my girlfriend are gonna try and try, and probably fail, but then get better at it again. And we're gonna try and prioritize, particularly at the moment, our food, and just keep on constantly stripping it back. I'm gonna buy the Essentialism, because I got it on my phone, but I've only read like maybe 9 pages of it. And yeah, I've still got The Way of Superior Man, but I should be finishing that soon, because I am just reading 3 pages of that every day, and it will be over soon. Because again, 3 pages is nothing. That's going to take, if I started it now, it'd probably take, 50 days maybe? Maybe even more? Maybe even 80 days or something? I don't know. But it'd be done. And it's better than thinking, I've got to do 10 pages every single day and then failing that. Again, like, all of these things are just the same. you go to the gym for the first time, you don't need to lift 100k. Like, you build up slowly, you just take your time with it, and it's exactly the same. It's all training, and that's a video that I'm going to do when I'm really bulked and really fucking yoked, so that when I say it, people can go, he's yoked, so he knows what he's talking about. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the video. Glad to be able to share this with you. Love you all. Yeah. I'll see you in the video.